The Ottoman-Venetian Wars, spanning the 15th to the 18th centuries, were a series of conflicts between the Ottoman Empire and the Republic of Venice for control over strategic territories in the Mediterranean, fought over economic, political, and territorial interests. These wars shaped the geopolitical landscape of the region and influenced the balance of power between two formidable maritime empires. Background and causes. The rivalry between the Ottoman Empire and the Republic of Venice was rooted in a complex interplay of economic, religious, and territorial factors. 1. Trade and commerce. Both the Ottoman Empire and Venice were major maritime powers with extensive trade networks. Control over key trade routes and lucrative markets in the Mediterranean fueled economic competition and animosities. 2. Territorial ambitions. The strategic importance of territories such as the Aegean Islands, the Peloponnese, and parts of present-day Greece and Albania fueled territorial disputes between the two powers. 3. Religious tensions. Religious differences, with the Ottoman Empire being a Muslim power and Venice a predominantly Christian republic, added a layer of ideological conflict to their interactions. Key phases of the wars. 1. First Ottoman. Venetian War, triggered by the Ottoman conquest of the Peloponnese. The war saw Venice attempting to resist Ottoman expansion in the region. The conflict ended with the Treaty of Constantinople, which defined the borders between the two powers. 2. Cretan War, one of the longest and most significant conflicts. The Cretan War focused on the strategic island of Crete. The Ottomans, led by Grand Vizier Khosrow Mehmed Pasha, gradually gained control, and the war concluded with the Treaty of Candia, marking the end of Venetian rule on the island. 3. Morean War, triggered by the Ottoman reconquest of the Morea. The war saw the Holy League, comprising Venice, the Papal States, and the Habsburg monarchy, opposing the Ottomans. The conflict ended with the Treaty of Karlowitz, which recognized Venetian control over several territories. 4. Aegean Wars. The wars in the Aegean, also known as the Fifth Ottoman Venetian War, saw the Ottoman Empire attempting to recapture territories lost in previous conflicts. The Treaty of Passarowitz restored some Venetian possessions in the region. 5. The Last Ottoman Venetian War. The final conflict between the two powers occurred late in the 18th century. The war, part of the larger Russo-Turkish War, resulted in the Treaty of Jassy, which reaffirmed the status quo but signaled the declining influence of both empires in the Mediterranean. Impact and legacy. 1. Shift in Mediterranean power dynamics. The wars marked a shift in the balance of power in the Mediterranean, with the Ottoman Empire gradually asserting dominance over Venetian territories. 2. Cultural exchange. Despite the conflicts, there was a considerable exchange of cultural and artistic influences between the Ottoman Empire and Venice. This cultural interaction left a lasting impact on architecture, art, and cuisine in the region. 3. Economic consequences. The wars had significant economic repercussions for both powers, affecting trade routes, commerce, and the prosperity of maritime cities. 4. End of Venetian hegemony. The Ottoman-Venetian Wars, particularly the loss of strategic territories like Crete, marked the decline of Venetian maritime and territorial influence in the eastern Mediterranean. 5. Diplomatic transformations. The wars influenced diplomatic relationships in Europe, with the involvement of other major powers in alliances against the Ottoman Empire during certain conflicts. Conclusion. The Ottoman-Venetian Wars were a complex series of conflicts that unfolded over centuries, reflecting the dynamic geopolitical landscape of the Mediterranean. The competition between the Ottoman Empire and the Republic of Venice for control over key territories and trade routes shaped the course of history in the region. While these wars had profound consequences for both powers, including territorial gains and losses, the cultural exchanges and economic interdependencies that emerged also highlight the intricate relationships between empires in the early modern era. The legacy of the Ottoman-Venetian Wars endures in the historical and cultural narratives of the Mediterranean, underscoring the complex interplay of power, rivalry, and coexistence in this crucial maritime theater.